Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
We're back to talk the Amazing Race 38. This is episode 4. What would Houdini do? Forgive us for missing last week. I had a family anniversary party for my parents, and no one should have to talk about this show by themselves. So Brian and I made the call to move into next week. But we are back. We're glad to be back. Make sure you like to subscribe to your TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Amazing Race stuff. We got you covered for about the last 5, 6 seasons. Brian's actually going back right now, watching all the old seasons, so he can be our version of the Tar Storian. Better watch yourself, Logan. And then, if you're another CBS reality fan, we're doing Survivor 49. We are doing, if you're a Netflix dating fan, we're doing Love is Blind. The Denver season's going on right now. There is still one more week until the weddings, and then there will be a reunion week, so get you covered there as well. Plenty of reality stuff, any kind of realm. Brian, I like the setting here. I like the episode Budapest. They mentioned what would Houdini do. We got to see the Houdini house, which is really cool. We'll get to that a little bit later. But overall, I enjoyed this episode of The Amazing Race. This was probably my favorite episode actually of the season so far.
Challenge wise, yeah, I agree. I thought the horse buggy track
Yeah,
was cool. That was cool.
so
I
cool.
was like, yeah, I would love to do that. I thought that was really cool. And even like the fast forward, I thought was challenging. It wasn't like a gimme where you like first person there kind of just gets it automatically. I mean that was pretty challenging. I thought.
There was high risk reward there with that one. I think the way they lucked out, I think they envisioned, they being like the producers, that more than one squad would go
Yeah, it would
after it,
go.
right?
It made
And
it a
then it
race.
adds the pressure of like who can learn the quickest. But everyone else, once they decided like we weren't taking it, and what's the two guys who were second that did take it, Tucker and
Tucker and
Eric, right?
Eric. Yeah.
They 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 lucked out because everyone else saw that like a fast forward thing had been taken, so everyone just assumed it was bust, right? Like we're not going to waste our time. So they, while it was a really challenging one, they lucked out on the perception that people have in the race of like, oh, unless we start at the same time, we have no shot to beat. Which, to be fair, a lot of times if you have a head start in those ones, like you are going to get it. Like this was one where you had a shot to actually not.
Yeah, I think like people just kind of get scared of Rubik's Cube, and if they went, they'd realize that it was like pretty much already preset for you to make the moves. If they had to do a regular ass Rubik's Cube, I think they'd still be there.
No, first of all, I thought about that, man. Hands up. Like I remember this had to be years ago, but I was like, I'm gonna like look into like how to do a Rubik's cube, right? Not like fast, but like I just want to do it once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I tried for like an hour, and I was like, there's no way I'd ever like have the patience for this. Like the how you have to set up certain arrangements, forget it, dude. Like you literally do one wrong turn, literally, not even like Jesse. You do one wrong, you burn the whole sequence, and you're screwed. It's like forget it.
Yeah, yeah. As a
Never.
kid, I was friends with a kid that would do Rubik's cubes. Like he was
Really? Dude,
super. Yeah,
it's
he
gotta
was
be
like one
like,
of the
I don't
smartest
mean to
people
take
I
it a
ever met
mean
in my
way,
life.
but you gotta be almost like a little autistic. Like it's like
He,
your brain's
dude,
gotta work a little differently almost. Like
this dude was like next level intelligent.
that's what I mean. Like
But he not
literally,
even
like
yeah, he wasn't. He was just a normal ass dude. He was just smart as shit.
I knew there
It's
was a
crazy.
couple, we had like two kids in my high school that did that, and like one of the kids went to like Princeton. You know what I mean? So there's just like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like there's just like that.
yeah,
They did a Rubik's Cube where there was like two colors, maybe I could
yeah. It definitely is. It's interesting, even with this, because like you said, like you have the moves planned out, but you got to do it so fast in the time aspect.
Mhm.
So I can see why. I think Natalie and Steph said like, "Hey, I don't know if I can do a Rubik's cube." Like it can scare you away because your perception is like, "Oh, I got to do a whole Rubik's cube." You're not even thinking that's preloaded. So like, I get why people are like, "Eh." So like, it,
No, I think
yeah,
I
it's
think
good.
that's super fair.
Yeah.
But I do want to just make sure we do just like because I want to have a couple of funny things here to note. Leading into that, obviously, from them coming from the Czech Republic to Budapest, there was the train travel from Prague. The classic two trains or two plane options. The fast train, which ended up getting in at 7:30 local time, ended up being Jazz and Jag, Natalie, Steph, Tucker, Eric, Joe and Adam, Hannah, Simone, Izzy, and Paige. And then there was the direct train. So the fast train technically had like a switch off. The direct
Mhm.
train showed up at 8:30. That was the back four teams: Kyland and Taylor, Jack and Chelsea, Kat and Alex, Christine and Rubina. But I bring all that to say that the equalizing in this leg didn't come with the travel. It definitely came with the challenges.
Mhm.
Even starting with the first task, it was a find the king challenge. Brian, I was dying here. It's just this big giant thermal bath that's like out in the middle of like one of their like public squares, and it's just like all the old sweaty gross men, 95%
Yeah.
of them. Half of them like they probably had to like go in there and like tell these people they couldn't be like naked in there. They're probably naked half the time in these things. Like I don't know. I'm just Russian baths, public like so that none of that really appeals to me.
I also just like that they didn't tell him that they had to take the piece apart. Like I like that they need to do a little bit of critical thinking to do things here, I'll give it credit for that. I liked it because they
Uh,
also just.
yeah.
I'm rooting for Tucker and Eric at this point because a lot of these people, like you mentioned, who was in that first train, a lot of those people are in an alliance, and I don't think Tucker and Eric are in it. So anybody that's not in an alliance, I'm rooting for currently. Everybody else can
Listen,
kick rocks.
listen. You're hitting on it, and I know this bothers you more than it bothers me, but like, and I just thought of it. So you obviously, we're something Brian and I complained about the first 2 weeks. Heavily complained about it, especially even though we didn't record last week. The ending of last week when Jazz and Jag let the team win just for a birthday thing. That's loser ass mentality. That drives me nuts. But again, with Jazz and Jag this week, it's like, oh, we were in the train station talking about routes, but when we went, that team was there. They didn't really seem interested in sharing with us. We need to keep an eye on them. They could be a threat. It's like, God, shut up. This
Yeah,
isn't Survivor. This isn't Big Brother. Learn to juggle, memorize whatever bullshit you're going to have to memorize, do a dance, and just get there. Like, stop worrying about what. This is like the ultimate show where you do not have to worry about what anyone else does. You can literally do the entire amazing race without ever speaking to another team and be completely
you
fine.
could. You could, but yeah, it's. I'm getting a lot of as like someone they just the over explaining of shit. I mean, I'm just straight up. I hate this cast. I'm sick. I hate him, and we're only 4 episodes. I hate all these people.
It's because they're Big
Um,
Brother people.
yeah, and then just I'm sorry, they're just lame. It's lame. There's just so many things I find it to be lame. So Tucker and Eric are my number ones. Anybody else not in an alliance are who I'm currently rooting for.
Yeah,
That's
if
about
you're actively engaging in an alliance here
it. And they
early
named
on,
it, Bill. They fucking named it last week, and I was like,
but
and
you literally just took the words right out of my mouth, Brian. It's like again, it's a very
train
big brother.
wreckers.
It's a very Big Brother thing, Brian. It's just like listen, we'll talk about that when we talk about Survivor too, with the lame-o names. People need to always have a name, lame-o, the section.
Just play the
No,
game and win. Shut up.
there are 9 at this point in the race. There are 9 teams left, Brian. 9 times. They look literally like you don't need alliances when there's that many teams left. You just literally can't come in ninth. That's
Yeah.
it. This show, if any of these dopes, which half of them probably didn't, ever just go through and watch some seasons, you just need to survive. It doesn't matter if you're in 8th right now. There's gonna be so many legs that, like again, on this leg where you just get equalized by a challenge. You just gotta survive. So these people like strategizing to like for positioning. You're gonna lose because you might end up losing because of it. Like at some point, it will come back to bite you that you gave someone some info, and that if you hadn't given them the info 2 challenges earlier in the leg, you'd be fine. But since you had to be buddy buddy with somebody, all of a sudden there's gonna be a chance where you equalize on yourself. Like
I hope it
it
happens.
makes no sense to me.
I hope it happens.
Okay, so we talked about the dirty old man bath. You had to get the chess piece. You had to unscrew the chess piece again. I agree, Brian. I like that as well.
Mhm.
Um, we talk about the fast forward option. It was 7.5 seconds for the Rubik's Cube. Like we mentioned, Tucker and Eric are the only ones that go. So they're able to, obviously, they do get it. They jump all the way forward to the pit stop. They win the leg. They're going to get to go to Bolivia. Good for them. Yeah, they got that out of the way pretty quick, frankly, on the edit here.
Yeah.
If you didn't do the fast forward, you were taking the taxi to the Ludovica Huzar Lavarda, which was the Hungarian equestrian center, Brian, to do the roadblock, which was the horse-drawn coach. I like this one a lot. I know you did as well.
Yeah, I did. And it's funny that like this, I just watched the season with Rob and Amber from Survivor, and they had to drive like a double decker London bus, and just coming
Okay.
off 2 days later and watching this, I was like, this is good. This is the kind of challenges I want to see. Like
I,
it,
I
it
liked it.
looked
You had
fun. It
45
looked
seconds.
challenging.
Yeah, 45 seconds to do the complete figure eight course. You couldn't run over the cones. It was very much like a driving test.
Yeah,
Um,
hard drive test.
I know. It's funny because again, a lot of the early teams kind of just like got through it for the most part. The middle teams started to fall
Yeah,
crazy bad, and this is before we even get to the detour, right? But while I thought it was, not the easiest challenge, Brian, I was frankly very surprised at the level of meltdown that happened during this horse-drawn carriage. Do you think it was like do you think there were different horses, right? Like there's no way they had to keep using the same horses. I feel like that's like a distinct disadvantage, right? Like maybe not. Who
Why?
knows?
What I was thinking it was also is like you when like you're there early, you can just keep going and going and going. When you're in that
Yeah, like
big pack,
Natalie, like them, they were by themselves,
yeah,
right?
like when you're in that big pack, you have to wait in line. So if like then the pressure's on if somebody who just got there who was waiting in line goes for you know what I mean like that kind of happened
Mhm.
to Izzy and Paige where that's how they made that big jump. Um, and I understand where the pressure comes in. Also, animals you can't. They obviously they're trained really well, but you have no control over those animals.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like it is a great challenge if you're early, a clusterfuck when there's
Yeah,
six teams there at the same
yeah,
time, and every single one is way more pressure packed, and it showed. It showed for a
yeah.
lot of the teams, and uh, like I said, I really liked it. The next part of this, interesting enough, the next, taking the cabs, right? We talked about the cabs. Um, It's funny, Brian, because I'm watching this on my way home tonight, and I was like, Jazz and Jag can't get a cab, and I'm like, God, I wonder if it's like a racist thing, right? But like, no, they're not going to talk about that on like the Amazing Race. And like 5 seconds later, they're like, yeah, people like us don't get picked up unless we have our hoods up, and I'm like, oh, good old Eastern European
I,
racism,
I
just flying in there.
I thought that happened last season with the like yellow nurses, the yellow team nurses. Remember that?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You are right. But
It does.
I,
I
I
think it happened.
appreciated
That's
that
the
they.
first thing I thought it was.
Well, me too, but because it was the truth, right? But I'm
Yeah,
just sitting in my head being like, "Huh, I wonder if maybe they are like then the little bit of naive part of my head's like maybe they're standing in this like the bad spot, right?
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
don't get cabs sometimes in the city, like it happens, but then they instantly are like, "Yeah, once we had our hoods up, we got picked up pretty quick." I was like, "That sucks." But I appreciate that. That was again a very honest moment that the race was showing us. It didn't feel produced and again for a bad term whitewashed, right? Like I appreciate that they kept that in there and it was addressed and it wasn't just like just ignored basically.
Yeah. I thought when they were talking about they're gonna pan to the cab driver that they actually picked him up and like show him really quick. Did you
And
think
he
that
was
was
going to
there?
be like a guy with a turban.
Yeah, I was I thought they played like one of their sounds that they always do, where whenever
Like
something
one of the I know exactly
not
what
the not the symbols that you failed, but the like the other one where it's like the
I
puppet one.
yeah. We need this. We need a soundboard. That's like one of the things.
I look for that sound, man. I try to find that
I need
sound.
a sound.
I
I'm
can't
gonna
find it.
because
I can just rip it from the show,
we
but
can
I
rip it
wanted
from
to
the
add
show and add it to one of our soundboard
it.
buttons. Yeah, I need. We're gonna get. We can do one of the digital. Anyway,
I
we
want to
got.
add something real. I want to say something real quick, and I wanted to say it 2 episodes ago. Phil has got he's sick, man. I don't know what illness he has.
You
He
think he's
is.
like ill? You mean?
I think he's ill. Like he sounds way on. Ever since he had to stay up
Wait,
super late.
someone else said that
Yeah,
on the Facebook group today. Someone else was
yeah.
like, "Yo, what's up
Ever
with
since he had to
Phil?"
stay up super late for that first episode, whoever came, Enzo, dude, listen to his voice. He is sick as a dog. He's sick as a dog.
No, there's no public information that Phil Keo is currently sick. I
Well,
wanted
I
to
don't
see.
think he's not going to be like he's obviously better now, but like he
Apparently, you
definitely has
said he
like
had
a
a
cold.
brain tumor at one point. He also had
I don't think it's
spinal
that.
fusion.
I don't think he's like turned. Like I'm not targeting. I think he was just literally having a cold, and it just sucks because he has to talk, and he's just congested, and it's noticeable that
I know. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know. Like, listen, Brian. Everyone who knows us, and the people of like the 50 of you that are watch this of us know that like we don't do any research like into anything. So like there could be a very well known thing that Phil has insert disease, and like everyone else knows it. Brian, I'd be like, Oh, what?
No,
Like,
I wouldn't
what
know.
do you, what? Like, I don't follow anybody. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't care about these people.
I don't follow a soul.
Mhm.
Okay, so we should talk we should have to talk the detour. So the juggling act versus the balancing act, Brian. I appreciate one, like obviously juggling act was the circus, you're tossing the rings. Balancing act was both of you having to do a Hungarian folk dance. One had the bottle on the head, the other one was a little bit more choreography. Am I safe to say? And I appreciate they pointed out that like the dances can like make or break people, and it's like a very popular or a classic trope on The Amazing Race. Donald, where's your trousers? Like all that kind of
Yeah,
BS. I don't know why, if you had a choice, you would ever pick a dance.
unless you can dance, like I don't remember Hannah and
Yeah,
Zara.
I can dance, Brian. And
I
like
can't. No, I
again,
can't
you're
do that.
really throwing yourself out into the like these are different cultural type things, right? And like like just to prove it, like you both have to do it. Like that's brutal.
Yeah, and I even thought the juggling one had potential to be difficult.
I just knew that in my head. I was like, I can believe they think they could teach somebody 5, 6, 8 counts to do a dance, right? You can't teach people how to actually juggle in a few minutes, like actual solo juggling. Like you can either do it or you can't, probably, unless you take a lot of practice. So in my head, I thought it was more like a play on words, and it turned out to be like a ring toss. So
Yeah,
like I feel like you and I could have done. Like I always like we always bought. I always just
yeah,
a
I can do
barometer.
that.
Like what if me and Brian had to do these? Like we could have definitely done the ring toss. I think we could have done the dance too. It would have just had to have been like
I think the balancing is what would make it. If it was just dancing, I think that might have been the
you're
easier one. But
allowed to touch. It seemed like Natalie. You
you
were
can
allowed to
you can
touch
balance. You can
the.
balance.
You were allowed to touch it though. Like when, on the one with Natalie early on when they passed, she touched the thing like 4 or 5 times, and they didn't buzz her or nothing. It seemed weird to me that you would be allowed to touch the plate, like, or the pot. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they were just lazy on the call.
Maybe.
Oh, real quick, I do want to call out. We passed through the horse guys. We do our, it's kind of our new thing now. Instead of like a Mario Party reference of the week, I'm like to do like our NPC of the week. I loved the patient horseman. The patient horseman that was like, "Good job. Now go
Yeah.
this way. Great job." Like just nothing but positivity and super low. Like I really, he was my favorite of the NPCs this
Was he
week.
the one who was saying like first pass done, second
Yes,
pass? Yeah,
yes, yes. He was
he was
my
good.
favorite for sure.
He was good. No, they
Like
were good.
that guy spends his entire life at that equestrian center, and like this is
I
his
mean, that
super.
one dude was also dressed up like a clown, even though we didn't really see him a lot.
Yeah, there was the obligatory clown.
Like Joe said, he was making fun of him, which you didn't really get to see on camera. But like for him to say that,
For a
means that
second,
probably what's happening.
I bring this up. This is a hard crossover for people if you're dabbling in the reality world like me. When they're talking about Joe, it made me think about the Love Is Blind Joe and his stuff this week, and I just started cracking up. I was like, "Oh, so this is where you went."
Wait, which Joe?
uh, the from Love Is Blind. Isn't the one dude's name is Joe? Isn't it? Yeah, there's a Joe.
Joe? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Kurt
Joe. The one that gets too
Skinny
drunk.
Joe. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
like I was like, oh, so that's where you went. Like,
yeah. Mentally, he's in
you can't. You
Hungary.
went all the way to Prague. That's where
Yeah.
you went. Okay. So yeah, look, these teams fell apart all over this one, man. Like this was like to me it was like a who can suck worse at all the challenges. The real thing that was the end all be all, what really turned out to be for what Kat and Alex was the horse race. I mean, they went through the incessant crying and
Ugh.
emotional strain that was happening in that equestrian center, Brian, was I don't think anyone's cried worse at an equestrian center since like they had to put a horse down like after a derby race.
She was crying at the dance thing too. And she's like, "I'm allowed to be upset." I'm like, "Okay." As soon as I got in the cab, that's what she said. I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah, it made me miss the our mother and daughter crew we lost in week 2. Like I'm like they were way more entertaining.
Oh yeah, dude. I forget. Yeah, I forget her name. Angela.
Mhm.
Angela and the daughter.
Angela and
Yeah,
her daughter.
I'm
The
not mad.
daughter's like
I'm not mad at who went home.
I
It just
like
makes you just been complaining too
I
much.
like the daughter though. It was-
Oh, you're
It's
talking to Angela's daughter.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking this week. I'm not mad at them for
Oh
that.
no, I don't care that they went. Once they listen, Brian. Once they started sobbing, or I was like, "This is over." Like, be like the crew, the dudes last week, the stoners that were like, "Oh yeah, we didn't even finish the course. All good."
Oh
Like,
yeah, okay, Turner. Yeah,
yeah,
Turner and his girl.
it's just like, no problem, fam. See ya.
Yeah, like we don't give a shit. Bye.
Like this is cool, whatever. I'm in Prague. Like this is
Yeah.
pretty sick. Like
Hmm.
like whatever.
He's
Like
gonna go make his rugs.
yeah, like don't like because for most of these people, this will be like the last time anyone ever sees you on like a television screen. And like, do you want to go out being the girl that was crying over a
Yeah.
pot dance and a horse carriage? Like, is that really how you want to go out?
Right.
Like I like want to go out, Brian, when we don't pass a damn we don't like pass a challenge. We don't even show up at the pit stop to get eliminated. We just like send Phil a text. Yo, Phil, we hopped a train to London. Yo, thanks for the opportunity. Yeah, our time has ended.
He's like the angel. I love when he goes out to courses. Like he's like the angel of death, where he can't make it. He just appears. You've been eliminated.
Yeah, it's like them guys a couple seasons ago, like the brothers who couldn't find the shit in the field. They're out the
Oh, the
haystack.
haystack. The haystack.
The haystack, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean,
They were
that's
like
a
in
good show.
second place, and then this
That's
literally
good. That's good TV.
that is great TV. Um, yeah. So Brian, let's run. Do you have the order of finish, or you want me to run down it?
I got it. So we had Tucker and Eric who got the fast forward there in first. Then we had Natalie and Stephanie. Izzy and Paige made a little bit of a jump. Kylan and Taylor made a jump to fourth. Jazz and Jag dropped to fifth, which I like. Hannah and Simone are sixth. Joe and what's the? I don't even remember though. I just have Joe and
Adam.
brother. What's
Adam.
his name?
Adam.
Adam. They are seventh. Rabina and her sister
Christine.
Christine are eighth. Uh,
Jack and Chelsea.
Jack and Chelsea are ninth, and then we have eliminated Kat and Alex.
So a
I'm okay
little
with
bit
it.
of an edit, guys. Obviously, when I said earlier there were 10 at that time, there are now, which means I get to say 9 times 9. I get to say that again one more time next week. We are still a few weeks away from us going 6-7, so we're not there.
Double U turn next week.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So, but again, these people are the only one who might use it is Izzy, which is like
I'm
Izzy
annoyed at myself
Oh,
of how the timing was last week because then the user reminded me of that crap last week. We're like, let's be safe and we can hide our alliance by giving all the girls the low and all the guys the high.
oh yeah,
Stop it.
yeah, dude. It's just like
Give who you don't. Just give it to the good.
yeah.
Give the
I just
good
want
teams
to I
the
just want
high
to chuck him
one.
through the screen and be like, shut the f up, like this diplomatic garbage.
We would be
We don't
the
need to explain that like some stupid Big Brother challenge that you're doing today. That's so
we'd be the
obvious.
best
Get what you're
producer.
doing.
Yeah, it's like you're playing tic tac toe, and then you're doing one of the obligatory Big Brother
So if I put an X here, she's gonna put it O here, then I'm gonna put an X. It's like
Brian
no
has
shit.
2 O's. If I don't, I'm going to make sure
Yeah.
to put my power of X here at that and block
It's so
it.
dumb, man. I can't.
Christ.
Yo, it just grinds my gears even thinking about it. Fucking annoying.
Well, zing.
Fuck off. Fuck it off.
Okay, so yeah, look, we got 9 teams still left in the Amazing Race. Oh, God, we are. My kid's gonna be in kindergarten before the season's over.
They'll do a double soon, I think.
No, I know. Listen, I'm objectively, I did enjoy this episode. We're trying everyone. We're supposed to have Kyle. Kyle's supposed to be on these reviews. They decided, Strat Chat decided because there's a Big Brother thing. They want to do it on their channel too. We'll get there. We'll get him. We'll get him. If you're a CBS fan, the review before or after this one was Survivor 49 Week 4, the tribe swap that no one cares about. So be ready for our awesome takes for that. Like I mentioned, Love is Blind. Plenty of other shows. One of our favorites, our little niche one, McBee Dynasty, renewed today for season 3 and sentenced the dad to 2 years in prison and to pay $4 million back. So can't wait to watch the loser sons have to pay back their dad's debt. It's going to be great. Make sure to like and subscribe to your TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. But until next time, for myself and Brian, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.